Elite or delete, it's the fantasy football show that is all about you. Are you drafting good teams? Are you drafting bad teams? Well, we'll let time be the judge. It's time for another edition of Elite or Delete.
It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's Short King Summer.
All right, GM, everyone. We are here on Friday, July 4th. A great day to be alive. The sun is shining. Look, I hope that some of you are watching this from the lake, from the beach, from the grill, maybe in the parking lot of a baseball game, because you really want to submit your team. Now, if you're watching this, maybe you're watching this on replay and you'd like to join the next week. Maybe you're watching this for the first time. You might be saying, Davis, how do I get my team involved? I'd like to submit a team. I'd like to have my team reviewed. There is a very easy way that you can do it. The first way is you can click that little join button down there in the left corner. There's also a link to it in the description of this YouTube video. You click the join button. You're going to be charged, I believe it's $4.99 a month to become a Slappy. Then you go to the team review submissions channel in the Discord. You'll be linked automatically. My guy C Money, who is a mod here on the channel, has instructions for you if you really need it. You might be saying, Davis, I don't want to spend $4.99. I'd like to have my team reviewed for free. Well, I actually do have a way for you to get your team reviewed for free. Do you have Amazon Prime? Does your wife have Amazon Prime? Does your father-in-law have Amazon Prime? Does your brother have Amazon Prime? Well, if you'd like to do that, all you need to do is go over to twitch.tv/DavisMattic. You click the Prime subscription button over there. You don't have to pay. It's literally free if you have Amazon Prime. You will also get added into the Discord that way. Then you go to the team review submissions channel. Sauceton is asking, does your wife's boyfriend have Amazon Prime? Now, if you don't want to do that, maybe you don't want to link your YouTube. Maybe you don't want to link your Twitch, but you're like, man, I would really like to have my team submitted. You can also go to patreon.com/DavisMattic. You can subscribe at the $5 or the $10 level. You will get bonus content, bonus podcasts. You will get rankings. You will get written fantasy football articles for, I actually think it's $9.99. And you will also get added to the Discord. All of these places get you to the Discord. You go to the Discord that you're seeing right now. You scroll to the team review submissions tab. And there you go. It's very simple. If you have any questions, you can contact my boy C Money. He is a moderator here on the YouTube channel. If you get in the Discord and you're lost and you don't know what you're doing, you can also just ask Chad Candles. You can ask Skeletor, or you can ask This Is Fine in the Discord. They are all moderators of the Discord, and all of them would be happy to help you. So there we go. That was a 3-minute explanation of how it's done. You also might be asking, Davis, my YouTube subscription didn't link. My Discord, my Twitch subscription didn't link. First off, I promise you it works. Number one thing is I promise you, Ball's life is lost. The number one thing I can promise you is that it is not a unique problem with your credit card, with your Discord account, with YouTube. I certainly promise you that it works. I do. Very easy solve is generally linking or unlinking your YouTube and your Discord accounts. It's very simple. With that being said, I think we should get to our very first Elite or Delete. This is submitted by a truly great username, Dirty P. Why is that? We have let me make a timestamp so that people can skip through these here. All right. Lamar Jackson, Jared Goff, Justin Herbert. I don't know how I feel about Goff and Herbert. I'd like that third quarterback to probably be a cheaper one. We have got Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, Jordan Mason, Cam Scatterbo, Rico Dowdle. So the Henry-Lamar stack. There you go, Michael. You're figuring it out. C-Money will be glad to help you. Okay. Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, Jordan Mason, Cam Scatterbo, Rico Dowdle. That's a lot of capital at running back. And I don't think Jordan Mason really fits this build. I think what I would prefer, and we're going to pull the draft board up here in a second. Actually, let me change the overlay so that the draft board is not blurred. So Mason, I think, needs to be a wide receiver. Puka, Jamo, Rome, Reed, Trey Harris, Cedric Tillman, the ghost of Ray McLeod, Pat Fryermuth, Terrence Ferguson, and Tyler Conklin. Oof. Eaten by the Muth. Tough scenes there. Okay. So let's pull up the draft board view and let's see, where was he drafting from? So he was drafting from the 8-hole. So where he took Mason, I think Igbuka is stronger here. What are Jordan Mason and Cam Scatterbo doing for this team? Like you're pretty behind at wide receiver. Your wide receiver 3 is Rome Odunze. He did get a nice price on Jaden Reed. Obviously Fryermuth, this would have taken place before the trade. Ferguson and Conklin. No. They do not get paid. Fred, all you got to do, if you're a member, link your Discord to your YouTube account. You'll be added automatically. And you see this nice, fine Discord right here. Go to this tab right here, the Team Review Submissions tab, and you copy and paste. There you go. This is fine. See money. All these boys will be happy to help you. Okay. Sadly, I'm giving this team a delete because I just don't see what Jordan Mason does for the team. I think this team is a lot better. This is the 2v2. And he didn't even take Bateman either. He didn't take Bateman or Andrews. I guess he got sniped on Andrews, so he's tilting. Fair enough. That happens to the best of us. But he also took Scatterbo over Bateman, despite being behind at running back. I'm giving it, no offense needed, but I'm giving it a delete. Here, we'll put the steps in. Let me ask. I will put the steps in the description. You know what, Nick? You're right. Let me get through a couple more teams, and I will put the steps in the description. All right. We've got my boy, A Word on Sports, with a super stack. Oh, you know what? This is the thing I need to remember to do. Deleting them afterwards. There you go. Okay, that's going to be much better. All right, we've got my boy, A Word on Sports. He drafted Jared Goff, JJ McCarthy, Anthony Richardson. I'll say this. Compared to other fantasy football people, I actually think it's totally fine to have 2 quarterbacks in the same game. No issue for me there. That game is the total nuts. And he also got a very nice price here on JJ McCarthy. I was drafting this morning. JJ McCarthy is up to the quarterback 17 on Underdog Fantasy. And then Richardson at pick 184. Again, another totally fine way. Richardson could score 3 rushing touchdowns in week 17 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, it's not likely, but it's possible. We have got a real, I guess you would call this a bimodal. No, this is just this is a robust RB team, really. Derrick Henry, Kyron Williams, Ramondre Stevenson, and Austin Eckler. Pass catchers are Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jordan Addison, so he's got the stacks. Adds in Rome Odunze, Downs, Coleman, Tillman. Adds in Tesla for that game. Adds in A.D. Mitchell with Richardson. Hawkinson. Freiermuth is a little bit of a bummer, but not really the central conceit of the team. Now, probably the better oh man, you can't pass on Breece at 40, I don't think. The question you've got to ask yourself is the team better with Tet than Kyron? I actually don't think it is. I actually do not think it is. He got a lot of good prices here. I don't love Ramondre, and I don't love, really for this team, you got to do one or the other. Eckler should have been Algier or Braylon, well, not Braylon Allen. You don't need Ramondre and Eckler, I think. I'm giving this one. I like the Richardson backstack as well. I think that is underrated. I won't forget you, Fred. I won't forget you. I will. The teams that are in there, we are going to get to them. The teams that are there in the Discord, we're grinding. We're getting to those teams. A word on my boy. I'm giving you an elite. I think this is a strong team. I don't see any huge mistakes anywhere. I like the bet on Keon, and I like constructing some teams like this. You got a great price on Breece. I'm giving this one on elite. So now I need to remember to delete these so that we can get to everyone. All right, we got my boy Bobby Ray-Bans. This was in a Pitbull. Bobby's probably cutting hair right now. Well, maybe not on July 4th. All right. Bo Nix at 98, McCarthy at 143. How about that? And Geno, seeing the 3 quarterback meta, well and good alive here. A running back room of Josh Jacobs, Chase Brown, DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins, and Roschon Johnson. So Swift and Roschon. How do we feel about the Swift and Roschon pairing? I don't love it. Extra don't love it because they have the same bye week as Josh Jacobs. Not that that's a huge deal. Let's see if we have any Baltimore correlation here. But that's just not it. To me, that's not a 1-to-1 situation. I like those as more as independent bets. All right, Jefferson with McCarthy, got a great price there. Sutton with Nix. Pickens with no one. Myers with Geno. Leggett, Slayton, Roman Wilson, Hawkinson, so he's got the double stack. Ingram double stack. Michael Mayer. Don't think I've seen a Michael Mayer team submitted here in team review submissions. I'm on the borderline on this one. I like that it is a unique roster construction in the Pitbull. There's definitely a little bit of added value to these sorts of constructions in the Pitbull. And I also been meaning to make this point. A little bit of extra value in these smaller tournaments in doing things to prioritize advance rate. So adding in the third quarterback, adding in the third tight end. Not that Michael Mayer is necessarily, an advance rate booster. I think if I did a pros and cons list, I like all the quarterbacks. I like the tight end. You know what? I think there's enough that doesn't work. Mayer, Wilson, Roschon, I don't like. Myers, I don't love. It pains me to do it. Because Bobby is my boy. I think I'm giving this one a delete. Pains me to do it. I think I'm giving it a delete. A mournful delete. I'm giving this like a C+. How about that? If we're grading it on a curve, I'm giving it a C+. Obviously certainly not a bad team. Certainly not a bad team. All right, there we go. Got another one. Okay, this was a Best Ball Mania that Pozanote drafted with me. What team is it? Out of the 2 spot. Okay. My boy Bradley Maddox, Pozanote, drafted this one. Justin Jefferson, Bucky Marv. It's just a really good start. DJ Moore, the pick 47. George Kittle. This is I'm not going to lie, man. This is a pretty good start. He's also getting some CL. Look, he's got CLV on like all these guys. Moore, Kittle, Connor, CLV. Not a ton of CLV on Myers. So he's got Kyler with Marv. Then he took Jaden Higgins. Tyler Warren as his tight end too. I don't know if I love Tyler Warren here. I guess what else would I have done? No, I think it's pretty strong. Gurendo Bigsby, love it. Now Roschon is your running back 5. I like a lot more. He does Daniel Jones with Tyler Warren. He does Tyler Shuck with Brandon Cooks. Now that's a pick. So, okay, let me see if I can recap this team. So his quarterbacks are Daniel Jones, Tyler Shuck, and Kyler Murray. So he does 3 quarterbacks. It's only 2 tight ends with Kittle and Warren. His running backs are Bucky Irving, James Conner, Isaac Gurendo, Tank Bigsby, Roschon Johnson, and Will Shipley. And his wide receivers are Jefferson, Marv, DJ Moore. Jacoby Myers is his wide receiver 4. Higgins is his wide receiver 5. Mims is his wide receiver 6. And Brandon Cooks is his wide receiver 7. I gotta say that's a clear cook. Clear cook in my opinion here. That is elite. I'm giving you Pozanote. Wonder what team I drafted in this one. I did a crazy start. Genty, A-Chain, Brown, Tet, Rome, Jennings, Laporta, Downs. I'm giving myself a negative grade on this one. Whatever team this is right here, I'm giving myself a delete. Sam Laporta and Jatavian Sanders, I'm giving my own team a delete in there. But that's definitely a hit for Bradley. That's elite for my boy Bradley Maddox. So there you go. Bradley, GG's. All right. This is a super flex puppy. Where'd you go, brother? There you go, Fred. Puppy flex. Discord name is Fritz Warren. Here you go, brother. Bo Nix at 14. Doesn't that feel crazy? That feels a bit much to me. I think I'm already not loving it. McCarthy at 35, Shuck at 107, Kirk Cousins, insanely strong pick in Superflex. Cook, Montgomery, Dobbins, Tootin, Miles Sanders, and Brashard Smith. Where's your ceiling, brother? Cook, Montgomery, and Dobbins is like a really low ceiling group of guys. Jefferson, BTJ, Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Marvin Mims, Keon Coleman, Troy Franklin, Evan Ingram, Mike Gesicki, Juwan Johnson. Yeah, Fritz, brother, this is a delete. This format is all about running backs. Let's see. So I'll just where were you drafting out of here? What's the name? Fritz Warren. So if you start with a wide receiver, you can't do quarterback and then go back to wide receiver. Like Brian Thomas should be Jonathan Taylor, and Rashee Rice should probably be. Really, you just kind of you solve the ills of the team by selecting Jonathan Taylor right here where Brian Thomas goes. It's a format that is all about running backs, really. How is James Cook low ceiling? A fair question that I'm happy to answer, which is that this dude just scored 17 touchdowns and was not a top 5 running back. Isn't that crazy? James Cook last season, let me pull up his actual stats. Yes, he literally just led the NFL in rushing touchdowns and was not the guy you needed. How many times do you think James Cook finishes the running back 1 last year? 1 time. All right, 2024 fantasy points. Let me pull up this page. In half PPR, so a format that actually benefits a touchdown score a little bit more. Here's some guys who outscored James Cook in points per game. Joe Mixon, Josh Jacobs. He scored the same amount of points per game as Devin Achane, and he scored less than 1 point per game more than Chuba Hubbard. I'm really like, this is not even me being biased or anything, but you got to score like 20 touchdowns probably. Not saying they're not smashes, but James Cook is just not. He doesn't play enough. He plays less than half the snaps. It's not great. All right, Fred, you take it and you be better. You be better. You could be better next time. That's what I'm saying. Thank you for submitting. Let me delete so that I can continue to go. This is whoever had the idea to delete these is a genius. All right, we've got Laramie, Mr. Mighty Monarch, big time friend of the program, with a Dolphins super stack. It's an interesting way to go about things. Lamar Jackson, Tua Tagovailoa at 162, like that. So Achane and Tua together, James Conner, Quinshon Judkins, Aaron Jones, Trey Benson, Neighbors, Reek, and Waddle. Then he takes a huge break to Bateman as his wide receiver 4, Jalen Noel, Michael Wilson, Dante Thornton, and Adam Thielen, Mark Andrews, David Njoku, and Isaiah Likely. Okay, I really got to think about this because you've got 5 Ravens with no Packer, and you've got 4 Dolphins with no Buccaneer. So what? I mean, I don't even think this is bad. But what are you hoping for in week 17? Like, I guess what you're hoping for in week 17 is that one of Reek or Waddle has an absolute nuclear blast. And then you're hoping that Lamar and Bateman smash. Here's what it is. Here's what it is. I don't think you want A-Chain, Reek, and Waddle almost ever. Very simple. Become a YouTube member. Subscribe on twitch.tv/DavisMattic. Link to the Discord. Submit in Discord. It's very easy, very simple. Okay. Here, I can even put this overlay back up. I will definitely say this. Likely and Andrews together is horrible. Likely and Andrews together, it just doesn't work. You can't. There's just no way you're selling me on that being good. Like, best case scenario, Mark Andrews like misses 2 weeks and likely smashes. I can't get with it. It's totally fine to do them individually. Yes, one or the other will be good, but then you're wasting the pick. I think it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I get what my man Mighty Monarch was trying to. I guess it could be ping-ponging, but I think likely should have been a wide receiver, right? I think likely should have been, or maybe even a quarterback. I think Andrews and Njoku is fine. I think maybe a quarterback is better. I don't know. Maybe he thinks Andrews is getting traded. All right, man. I'm giving it a delete. Although getting Thielen with your very last pick is pretty nice. Let me see if I can see what I would have done differently. I think first off, dude. Well, I'll tell you right now what I would have done. No chance am I taking Waddle over Flowers with that setup. Look at this. My guy. I'm not, none of this is meant to be mean to anyone. We're just chatting ball. But I definitely would have taken Flowers over Waddle here. Because it's a gift to get Lamar there, and it's a gift to get Flowers there at 56. And that totally frees you up. Then you don't have to take Bateman. You could take a better player. All right. No disrespect intended, but this one is a delete. And I'm actually going to delete it right now. Oh, no, I didn't mean to report it. There we go. Delete message. All right, Psychedelic Curs. Psychedelic Curs, my boy. Wow, he did Jaden Daniels and Joseph Burrow. Joseph Burrow at pick 63. All right, I'm already going to tell you, this is going to be a hard sell. Chase Brown, Joe Mixon, Tony Pollard, Javonte Williams ahead of ADP, Nick Chubb, and Blake Corum. It's a hard sell. So he took Penix because he has London, but why did he take Burrow? Puka, London, Mooney. I guess he double stacked. Oh, I am worried about your wide receivers, bro. I am very worried about your wide receivers. I don't know how you're going to get enough wide receiver points. Keon Coleman is your wide receiver 4. Hollywood, Jalen Knoll, Jalen Lane, Tucker Kraft, Mike Gesicki. I guess maybe he protected the integrity. Let's see. He said, caught some fallers, including Chase Brown, decided to pair with Burrow. It is unique. It's definitely unique. So Kurz, he takes Burrow over Godwin, over Harvey. No, Burrow just has to be a wide receiver here. Burrow's got to be, he's got to be Godwin. Honestly, shouldn't Burrow just be Debo? Burrow should just be Debo here. You did almost get Jaden Reed, and then Pollard should have been Pittman or Igbuka instead. Yeah, I mean, I say that stuff all the time. Dude, it's so unique. There you go. Okay. Yes. This is fine. Can you type the instructions and then I will pin them? If you type the instructions for submitting a team, I will pin them. GM, big 3 quarterback is the woke mind virus. Yeah, the wide receivers are just not good enough. Delete. All right. Rick Rungood says he is waving the slappy flag. What do we think that means? We're going to find out. Caleb Williams, Drake May, Matt Stafford. Pretty slappy. That's pretty slappy. Devin Achane, Breece Hall, Byshell Tootin, Will Shipley, Jarquez Hunter. Very slappy running back room. He's really only missing Brashard Smith. That's honestly the only missing slappy ingredient here. But these are all poster boys of the slap. Puka, Tet McMillan, rookie wide receiver, Travis Hunter, slapping. Roma Dunze, slapping. Diggs, obviously not a pure slappy pick, but to set up the stack with Drake May ahead of ADP, super slappy. Emeka Egbuka. So you've got 3 rookie wide receivers. Slap central. My man is slapping it, and he's slapping it hard. If you take 3 rookie wide receivers, including one who might be playing defensive back, you might be a slappy. GM. And then Colston, Loveland, Brenton Strange, and Jatavian Sanders. Clearly elite. I think a clear elite verdict is needed here. Absolutely. Yeah, this might be the gold star. This might be the gold star team thus far. Thank you, Mr. Fine. We will replace the pinned message with this. You have to be a member on YouTube, Twitch, or Patreon for Discord access. Link your YouTube/Twitch account with Discord to be automatically added. Submit teams in team review submissions. Yes, you are representing the slaps. Send this man his W's. I'm not going to delete this team. Exactly. The man does not care at all about Week 17, which I respect deeply. All right, not deleting this team because this could be the gold star team. All right, here we go. Dr. One, the professor, submits what did he say? This was a BBM from 6/24. All right. We have got Justin Herbert ahead of ADP, Penix ahead of ADP, Stafford at ADP, Hampton with Herbert, Kamara at 63, nice. Swift at 82, nice. Mason at 106. This must have been a piss boy room. Chubb and Corum. So Hampton, Kamara, Swift, Mason, Nick Chubb, and Blake Corum. at the barbecue watching, taking a shot every time you take Slappy. It's gonna be an early day for you, Josie. That's a cromulent running back room. Not sure. I mean, I guess Mason at 82, you just take it. Or Swift at 82, you take it. Mason at 106, you take it. Just Chubb. I guess Chubb fits. Early season production while you're kind of waiting on Hampton to get going, theoretically. Puka Nacua, Drake London, Devontae Adams. So we got the double stack. He got Penix. Oh, perhaps a flock listener, Quentin Johnston at pick 135. So it's a 3-6-6-3. Likely, Strange, and Ferguson. I guess my question would be, are the wide receivers strong enough to stop at 6? London and Adams have the same week 8 bye. So your week 8 wide receivers are London, Flowers, Mooney, and QJ. You do have the QJ stack. I think Chubb needed to be a wide receiver. I think you go 5 running backs here, and you do Chubb as like Demario Douglas, Wandale, Slayton, Dante Thornton. And I don't think you need Ferguson either. Like you don't need 5 Rams players. I don't think. Yeah, Chubb needed to be anyone but Chubb. This one's tough. It's not horrible, but it's not elite. I guess if it's tough, it's not elite. So we're giving this one a delete. Giving that one a delete. He just said this one might be canceled. This is from a stream. The 8-hole. Allen, Lamar, Njoku, Burrow, Baker. Nah, that one's not going to be canceled. Not near enough to get canceled. Close. Well, no, honestly, not even close, really. All right. We have got a tone team from Best Ball. Yeah, delete with a hat tip for a good try. I mean, I actually remember streaming that one. Njoku at 35. I mean, obviously it's terrible, but like, you can't be canceling people for stuff like that. All right, my boy Tone is here. Nah, it's whatever you want. It's whatever you want. You could put a Superflex puppy in there. You could put a DraftKings team in there. You could put a Drafters team in there. You could put a Fast Draft team in there. You could put your 12-team home league with your buddies in there. You can put whatever you want in there. Huames. Yeah, you can submit. Ooh. Bunch of new contests. Is that true, huh? Underdog Fantasy. Drafts. NFL. All right. They launched the Dachshund. 4 entry max, $30,000 to first. The Chihuahua, 25 entry max, $30,000 to first for $4. There you go. Two new contests for the folks. There you go. You did, Joey. You called it. I said no. Is it not? Is it not in Espanol? Would it not be? How would you guys pronounce it? You guys would say Who Hames? No chance you guys would say Who Hames. No chance. You guys are not reading that. No. That is crazier than what I did. Is it really? It's Who Hames? All right. All right. Who Hames? All right. Who Hames? I'm not saying that you guys are wrong for pronouncing it the correct way. That you guys are misinterpreting what I'm saying. But I would never see Hames and think that's Hames. Maybe that's on me. Because I always think of James Rodriguez. Like when I think of that name, I think of someone phonetically spelling James Rodriguez, the Colombian midfielder. You know. Well, to be fair, there is no who in Spanish. Fair enough. Gonna take my L on that one. All right. Back to business. Tone is in with a Justin Fields, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence team. All the guys basically at ADP. Walker, Henderson, Scadaboo, Rashad White, Braylon Allen, Marshawn Lloyd. Trying to think, is that a good running back room? Honestly, I actually don't even know if that's. I guess it is. Neighbors, BTJ, Wilson with Fields, Tet, Golden, Reed. Okay, so he's got the Green Bay mega stack going here. Brenton Strange, Mason Taylor with Fields, and Jatavian Sanders. That's a good team. I don't even think you need Trevor Lawrence here. I know we're all doing the 3 quarterback thing all the time. But I don't think you need Trevor Lawrence here. I mean, I think it's fine. You don't need it, right? Is Trevor Lawrence better? Maybe not. I guess it is a Lawrence double. You know what? My gut instinct is actually wrong. When has a 7th wide receiver ever been the guy you need? It's never really been the guy you need. I'm giving it to him. I'm giving verdict elite. I'm giving it to you, Tone. I think this is a good team. You have a Fields double. You have a Love triple. Maybe, you know what? Honestly, what it is, I think Jatavian Sanders actually is kind of unnecessary. But I'm looking at this team and I'm like, I think this is all good. This is all good. There you go. Ball. I think that's all a good team. Man, I wish I was eating too much Chipotle. All right. Given that one an elite. Yeah, see, he got 5 fire emojis in the Discord. People are vibing with it. I agree. That one is quite good. All right, there we go. We have it. And I'm not going to delete. No, that one's not going to get the gold star. All right, we got my boy A-Rod. Yeah, the 3XX3 is quite prevalent. There you go. Thielen was wide receiver 7 for Elgru last year. You always pronounce James Rodriguez like Jameis Winston. That's crazy. I guess the James Rodriguez experience was a real you had to be there one. Who Hames? Today I learned. And I'm honestly glad to have learned. The instructions are pinned at the top of the chat. Isaiah. All right. We have got a super flex puppy. He took Jaden Daniels at 3. He took Dak at 22. He took Brock at 27. Oh, man. I have a feeling I'm not going to like this one. Josh Jacobs, James Cook, Tony Pollard, Byshal Tootin, DJ Giddens, Marshawn Lloyd. The running backs are strong. McLaurin, Pickens. Okay. Jennings and Pearsall and Ayuk and Slayton, Turpin and Trey Tucker, Jake Ferguson, Brenton Strange, Zach Ertz. There you go. Who Hames streams a lot of Superflex. Give the man a follow. I mispronounced his name. Yeah, I think what you needed on this team was you needed a swap. Is there a board? There's no board. So I think you make Dak any running back that's there. I think you make Dak any running back. Jonathan Taylor, Devin A. Chain, whoever. Then instead of taking Trey Tucker, you're taking Kirk Cousins. You're taking Joe Milton, whoever you want. Tight ends are fine. But okay, so I think the most helpful way to explain the way Superflex works is... What is the most helpful way to explain it? A wide receiver 3 score doesn't matter at all. That's the most helpful way. So even a week where Kevontae Turpin scores a touchdown, he might not really be that useful. Yeah, it's not a delete. I need a better middle tier. Elite, delete, replete. Elite, delete, complete. It's a complete team. It's not a delete. Elite, delete, complete. This one's a complete. The task was in front of you. You completed the task. You did not fail at the task. I wouldn't say you overtly succeeded at the task. Elite, compete. You will be competing for this one. This will be, so there we go. There is a, compete. All right. Here is Skeletor with a high T team. A high T team flying in the face of the meta with only 2 quarterbacks, with one of them being Cam Ward. So totally flying in the face of what people say you should do, right? He's all the way against it. He's going Brock Purdy, Cam Ward, Christian McCaffrey with Purdy, Chase Brown, Breece Hall, Tony Pollard, Brashard Smith. The T is quite high. The T is high. Brian Thomas Jr., Zay Flowers, Calvin Ridley. Honestly, getting Flowers at 58, Ridley at 63 is a really great way to recover from taking 3 running backs with your first 4 picks. Downs, Hollywood, Leggett, Thielen, Pierce, and Chimere DK. Yes, you should, Purple Yosh. You absolutely should post the Bulldog that you autoed in your sleep with no positional limits. Tight ends, Travis Kelce, David Njoku. You know what? I actually love this. I'm giving this an elite, and I'm going to give this an elite for multiple reasons. The first being he just caught a really nice ADP value here with Ridley. If Ridley goes, yeah, I'm giving this one. I'm giving this one elite. That's elite. Like, do you need Liget and Thielen and Pierce? No, probably not. But you're trying to make up some points at wide receiver. You have a lot of look at that. He got like a round and a half of ADP value on Kelsey. He got like half a round. Well, I guess the Njoku ADP value doesn't really matter. And then what? The Panthers stuff is correlated to no one, right? Oh yeah, this one was tough. Yeah, 63 and Ridley is really good. Yeah, maybe a running back over Pierce, but Pearson and I guess Pierce and BTJ are week 17 correlated. Skeletor, we're giving you an elite, so you can take that over to our Dynasty League that we are all competing in together. All right, my boy Keith. Keith with a Pitbull. I don't know Keith's YouTube username, so here I'm just gonna put your name, Keith with a Pitbull. You're in the timestamp, so you can go and find your team. The boys love Cam Ward. All right, Mahomes and Purdy, probably my favorite combinatorial pairing. McCaffrey with Purdy. RJ Harvey, DeAndre Swift with half a round of ADP value. Ray Davis, Will Shipley, and Brashard Smith. Pick 17, Rashee Rice. You got to wake up pretty early to get on the other side of the slap of my boy Semi-Pro here. Rashee Rice, Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, Juwan Jennings, Christian Kirk, Hollywood Brown, Pat Bryant. You might be a slappy if you've ever picked Rashee Rice at pick 17. Is that enough at wide receiver? Jennings is your wide receiver 4. Harvey is your running back 2. Strange, Jatavian, and Juwan. Did he post a board? No, he didn't. I don't know, guys. What are you thinking? Mahomes and Purdy at quarterback, McCaffrey, Harvey, DeAndre Swift, Ray Davis, Will Shipley, and Brashard Smith at running back. Rashee Rice, Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, Juwan Jennings, Christian Kirk, Hollywood, Pat Bryant with the bring back. Harvey and Pat Bryant, Strange, Jatavian, Juwan. You know what? I'm giving it an elite. Giving this one an elite. I'm going to give it an elite for a couple reasons. First being, I think Rashee Rice totally viable to pick at 17. This will also be a relatively unique combination in this league, right? In the Pitbull, there's not going to be a ton of Rashee Rice at 17. Also not going to be a ton of Garrett Wilson at 32. It's just not the way that it works. He took Jennings. So I like the Jennings-McCaffrey combo. You know, maybe I would have maybe one of the rookie tight ends instead of Jatavian. Maybe I would have gone like Mason Taylor or Elijah Arroyo. We have elite, compete, and delete. And if you're asking about the grading scale, I think my boy, you guys made fun of me of how I said who Hames' name, so I'm not even going to try D. Lutomsky. D. Lutomsky. It's all subjective. Yes. And Neil, put one in the Discord. Here's the thing. If you guys don't post your bad teams, what's the point? If we're not posting our bad teams, then what are we even doing here? You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's like whose line is it anyway where the points don't matter. Latomski would not be Spanish. Latomski would be like that would be like Polish or like Eastern European. No Discord link in the description. You have to link your YouTube account to Discord. It's very simple. See, Polish. I knew it. I called it out, brother. I know a Polish name when I see it. Latomski. Yeah, ski is always Polish. All right. Yep. I gave that one an elite, Keith. Bang. Oh, all right. We have a big board from February. We're going down memory lane here with my boy Julian P. Goff at 95, Tua at 146. He's got Gibbs with Goff, Quinshon Judkins, Jalen Wright, Algier, RJ Harvey at 170. Estime, that's very funny. Estime and Harvey. With Trevor Etienne. He's got Terry McLaurin at pick 23. Don't love that. Garrett Wilson, Waddle with Tua, Adams at 50, Burden at 71. Many such cases of this. I have so many of these ones. Diggs at 119, Travis Hunter at 122, Gabe Davis. Yeah, I fell victim to some of these. Njoku 98, Gesicki 191, Schultz 194. I mean, look, he hit the two big board nutted picks, Travis Hunter and RJ Harvey. Like, it doesn't matter that Estime is a functional 0. It doesn't really matter that Gabe Davis is a functional 0. CLV on Gesicki. I don't know. It's obviously it's a good team, but I wouldn't say it's elite. This is a compete. This is a compete, Julian. There you go. All right. Brandel's Candles. Mr. Chad Candles. Hero. Currently commissioning 2 Dynasty Leagues in the Sloppy Central Discord for all of the members. A 3-5-7-3. Jared Goff, CJ Stroud, Aaron Rodgers. Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara, Tony Pollard, Tyler Algier. So full boomer running back room. And you know what is sneaky that Chad did? I wonder if he was purposely, intentionally trying to do this. But doing Algier with other elite running backs, with Derrick Henry, with McCaffrey, with Gibbs, is like leveraging yourself against teams that have similar permutations to you. He's got Nico with Stroud. He's got J-Mo with Goff. He's got Metcalf with Rodgers. Reed at 83. Trey Harris. De'Ami Brown. Calvin Austin. Rest in peace. Evan Ingram. Brenton Strange. Jatavian Sanders. I mean, how would you even make this team really all that much better? I can't really think of anything I would really do differently. Maybe, I guess, like, should Rodgers have been someone else? I obviously don't love, I mean, I don't think I've ever even had Calvin Austin ranked. Seems like the number one thing that the people are doing today is taking Jatavian Sanders. Feels like Jatavian Sanders is the theme of today. You guys just must be loving him. I mean, I think this is clearly elite, right? He's got the Goff double, He's got Stroud perfectly correlated with Nico. He's got his old running back strategy is like clearly intentional. Like that is one thing I will say is that like if you're gonna take the old running backs, don't be a coward about it. If you're gonna take a 30-year-old running back, be intentional. Take just run back 2024. Henry, Mixon, Kamara. There you go, Chad. That's an elite. Proud of you. You guys can follow and subscribe to Chad on YouTube as well. Chad has been streaming some Best Ball Manias very early on in the mornings, like 7, 8 a.m. Chad has been streaming. So check my boy out. I guess he did ask a question. Must be Michigan. You have to be a YouTube member, a twitch.tv/DavisMattock subscriber, or a patreon.com/DavisMattock subscriber to access the Discord. But as soon as you become a subscriber at any of those outlets, you are automatically added into the Discord by linking your accounts. I guess the question Chad is asking is, should he have taken Rodgers when he already had the 2 quarterbacks, or should he done something else? I mean, yeah, and I think Rusty points at it, which is I would have taken the Isaac Tesla 0 instead of a more disciplined thing. I probably, in that situation, am more likely to do Dart or Jones or Richardson. But totally, I think that is good stuff. All right, we've got another one from Dr. One, the Professor. A big board. Well, they're pretty simple. So all you got to do is the button is on your screen right now, brother. Bo Nix, Michael Penix, Jackson Dart, Barkley, Jacobs, Dobbins. He was taking Dobbins at pick 98 in the big board. Was that what his ADP was? Can someone refresh me? Was Dobbins going there in the big board? Or am I making this up? Happy 4th of July to you. Thank you, Tom. Happy 4th to you and all of my fellow. Okay, he opened really high. All right, that's where he was going. Estime, Jordan James, T. Higgins, Devonta Smith, Tet McMillan, Emeka Egbuka, Golden at 95, Hunter, Jaden Higgins, and Troy Franklin, Dallas Goedert, Kyle Pitts, Harold Fannin, Tyler Higbee. Mr. Charles Bukowski back from the dead to watch a fantasy football stream on July 4th. Did they give you the day off at the post office, Charles? I wonder with the big board stuff if that's true, Mr. Monarch. I actually don't know. Unless I'm missing it, this team does not feel very good. Nick's way ahead of ADP with Dobbins way ahead. Franklin. This is a delete. This is a delete. My apologies, but this is not very good. All right. Oh, white mode. My eyes. My eyes. Jake. Happy 4th of July to you. W's in the chat, dude. My eyes. I'm blind. All right. Flashbang. Joe Burrow at 68, Bryce Young, Jalen Warren, Cam. This is the slappiest fucking running back room I have ever seen in my life. I understand why this guy submitted. He waited till pick 101 to take his first running back. Warren, Scadaboo, Tootin, Benson, Roschon, Jarquez Hunter, Dylan Sampson, Lamb, Higgins, so that's why he took Burrow. He got Higgins at 29. Tet, Worthy, Debo, Pittman, Christian Kirk, Brock Bowers, Mike Gesicki. I mean, I got to give you I'm giving you elite just because you made me laugh. I'm giving you an elite because you made me laugh. I mean, this is just the most you played to your brand. You took nothing but the slappiest running backs on earth. You took nothing but wide receivers that slappies love. I guess Michael Pittman Jr. should be like any other slappy wide receiver, but other than that, of course you had to take Bowers. Of course you had to take Gesicki. That is slaptastic. Oh, light mode, dude. Who are you, JJ Zacharyson? No, Joey. I'm giving him elite because he believed in something. If you believe in something, I'm gonna give you the elite. All right. Little board from Benny. Wow, Derek Carr. Rest in peace. Remember Derek Carr? Do you guys remember Derek Carr? Lamar Jackson, Cam Ward, Derek Carr. Genty at 16, Caleb Johnson at 64, Harvey at 160, Giddens at 177, Brashard Smith, Clint Allen, Taj Brooks. Benny, what a gosh darn slap. Wait, you are the slappiest. This is somehow more slappy than the last team. Look at this. Look at that. Could not be more slappy if you tried. St. Brown, Devontae Adams, Chris Olave stacked with a now deceased quarterback, Khalil Shakir, Jacoby Myers, CLV there, Rashid Shaheed, double stack, Bateman, Likely, Loveland, Mason Taylor. I mean, we have to invent a new grade for you. Where do you get your ideas, Benny? Benny was here earlier. I don't know where he went. I mean, I can't. I mean, I'm just giving you a slap grade. That's all I can give you. There you go, Benny. You get a slap grade. That is truly a Mount Rushmore slappy team. Like double stacking a retired quarterback with 7 rookie running backs. Yeah, I'm giving you 4 slaps out of 5. The only reason you don't get 5 slaps out of 5 is you took Khalil Shakir. The Slapstein Chapel. Incredible. All right. All right, we've got one from I didn't want to win too much. All right, legend of the channel, Zach Lenars, who does a bunch of the graphics, who does a bunch of the videos, who does a bunch of the Mr. Lenars is responsible for this. He's also responsible for this.
The Davis Matic YouTube channel is made possible by viewers like you. Every subscriber, memby, and super chat goes to ensuring Davis doesn't have to work at State Farm. Thank you.
So let's see if he drafted a commiserate shipper. Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, a very fun a very fun quarterback room. Doesn't actually really get much more fun than that as a quarterback room. We have got the anti-slap community is in shambles. All right, Judkins at 78, Scadaboo, Dobbins, Javante, Trey Benson, Will Shipley, and Brashard Smith. CD, AJ Brown. Ooh, he got the double. So he was able to push Hurts around to 54. Olave, Tillman, Besh, Keenan, McBride, and Chig. So I'll tell you what, this is actually this is a smart thing he did. I think he actually got a decent amount of projectable volume because he took Dobbins and Javante. So what he did was he bought himself enough time for something good to happen for Judkins, Scadaboo, Benson, Shipley, or Brashard. The RB room is fine. It's not elite. It's not the best running back room you've ever seen, but he's got McBride with Kyler. He's got a Hurts double with CD Lamb. I'm honestly one other thing I would say. You might have ruined it by slapping too hard. Like, let's look at the board. I think you have to take McBride there. I think you set up the Hurts thing this way. Only other thing I would say is maybe, but you can't even, I was going to say maybe you take one of these guys, Brian Robinson, Aaron Jones, Tony Pollard, Jalen Warren, but they were all gone. Like, who do you guys want him to take here instead of Kyler? I think he did the right thing. He slaps 4 running backs in a row. He got basically sniped on Ray Davis, Tootin, Spears, all of whom would have helped. I mean, yes, it is a scary running back room, of course, but I think he's got just enough projectable volume to kind of get him into the bye weeks. And then, yeah, he just needs to run hot. I guess maybe one thing is maybe you don't even need Keenan, or maybe you don't even need Besh, and maybe just make those guys another dart. Like maybe you make Keenan Justice Hill or something. Spencer, I can't do it in Missouri. No hot dog DFS pick'ems in for champions. All right, we've got an eliminator. My eyes, dude, my eyes. All right, do we think Dr. Evil 1996 has the shipper in the eliminator? So elite quarterback already not. Ooh, thank you. Yes, don't forget to delete. Thank you, Mr. Money. Elite quarterback, I don't love in the eliminator. I do think you fixed it with Rodgers. You got Bijan, Kamara, Walker, Mason, and Tootin. It's pretty strong. Hunter, Shakir, Cup, Trey Harris, Palmer, Wandale, Knoll, Coker, Bowers, Goddard. Man. Elite quarterback and elite tight end in the eliminator. No. You guys, people can submit DraftKings. They can submit whatever they want. We are into a new era here on the channel. The Davis Maddock YouTube channel is now Switzerland. So the reasoning against elite quarterback, like obviously it's not that I hate the concept of elite quarterbacks, but they lose a little bit of value in the eliminator. because you are so often going to be the decisions in the Eliminator, the people who are going to be the definition are going to be the skill position players who go super nuke. Now, obviously, like Josh Allen is going to project better than most other quarterbacks on a given week. But the combination of elite, yeah, and I think you can take him, right? He does have a really good floor, but I think you only take 2. And I think you can't take him with Bowers. I think you got to choose one or the other. Hunter is your wide receiver 1. Kupp is your wide receiver 3 is tough. Yeah, Allen of course he gives elite ceiling. I like elite quarterback more than I like elite tight end in that format. All right, we now have MBF 15, a high T start gone wrong. Yeah, Hunter goes way later in the Eliminator. All right, my boy MBF did Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa, Jahmyr Gibbs, Devin Achane, Chase Brown, Isaac Urendo, and Devin Neal. Doesn't look wrong to me yet. He took Devonta Smith, Chris Olave, Darnell Mooney. Okay, something did go wrong. Emeka Egbuka, Rashad Bateman, Hollywood Brown, Adam Thielen, Darius Slayton, A.D. Mitchell, Jonnu Smith, and Mason. Oh, no. Oh, no. MBF, we're going to have to give you a delete here. I'm worried about your tight ends, and I'm worried about your wide receivers, and I'm kind of worried about your running backs, honestly. Because Devin Neal is just so likely to be a 0. I think and also, like, so this is almost counterintuitive in a way. But when you're so far behind at wide receiver, I actually think you want fewer Thielen, Slayton, honestly, even Bateman types. I think you want to embrace the variance as much as possible. Like, when you are behind at wide receiver, you want to embrace the inherent variance of 0 RB. You basically want to say, I'm not only am I drafting like I'm right, but I'm drafting like I am from the actual future. I'm drafting basically I want all your picks when you do this to be in the vein of a Emeka Egbuka. Like, I want you taking Trey Harris. I want you taking Jack Besh. Honestly, I want you taking Dontavian Wicks. I want you, like, A.D. Mitchell is, I think, better than Slayton in this. Like, Dante Thornton, right? Yeah, the high T plus double elite onesie. I did one of those for a YouTube video, and it just feels very hard to execute. I'm not slandering Mason Taylor. I have Mason Taylor ranked way ahead of ADP. But he has the tight end 3 on the Pittsburgh Steelers and a Jets rookie tight end. That is a delete. And he knew it. He said wish Urendo was Neal or a tight end. So he knows. I'm not saying it's terrible. I directionally get what he was doing, but I'm giving that one a delete. All right, a pre-scheduled BBM, a 2-4-9-3 with the double quarterback bye. Mayfield and Fields both week 9. Genty, CMC, Tony Pollard, Najee Harris. Evans with Mayfield, Rashee Rice at pick 39, Chris Olave, Jerry Jeudy, Christian Kirk, Cedric Tillman, Adam Thielen, Pat Bryant, Josh Reynolds. Josh Reynolds. Unlike Huhames, that is not a mispronunciation. He did actually just take Josh Reynolds. Tyler Warren, Hunter Henry, Theo Johnson. So really the question you have to ask yourselves is, would any of these picks have been better as a running back? And the answer I can certainly say is that there is no reason to have selected Josh Reynolds. Well, he didn't mean to. This is a pre-schedule team. He drafted this one pre-schedule. So this one was really early. There's just no reason to take Josh Reynolds. Like honestly, Josh Reynolds could have been any quarterback. Josh Reynolds could have been, I guess if this was pre-schedule, it could have just been anyone. It's easier to be a slappy in April, right? I mean, there's no way around it. It's a lot easier to just kind of let yourself breathe, feel the vibes of what's going on in April. A lot easier to be a slappy then. That's a delete. Honestly, you're getting a delete just for taking Josh Reynolds. I like, if I am forced to acknowledge the fantasy value of Josh Reynolds, it's just going to be a bad team. We were so innocent. We were innocent back then. Okay. Delete. All right, my boy Kreuter, 22. All right, this is his Greyhound. So this is his $35 single entry team. Justin Fields at 95. JJ McCarthy, Trevor Lawrence. Running back room, Jonathan Taylor. In the famous words of Pat Kerrane, why take Derrick Henry when you can take Travion Henderson? DeAndre Swift, Isaac Urendo, and Will Shipley. Again, love the Shipley pick when you take Jefferson, when you take Chase, because you have direct leverage on those Barkley teams that are overlapping with you. Devontae Adams, George Pickens, Jamison Williams, Rashid Shaheed, Cedric Tillman, A.D. Mitchell, T.J. Hawkinson, Mason Taylor, Theo Johnson. Really, this is all I got. It's all I got. I love this team, but what is Trevor Lawrence doing here? How is Trevor Lawrence? This is my boy Kreuter, or C. Rooter, or C. Rooter, if he will, 22. Kreuter is how I'm going to say it. There's just, Trevor Lawrence just does nothing. This is you've been watching too much legendary upside. The Sims are in your brain at this point. It is. It's the woke mind virus 3 quarterback team. But honestly, it didn't need Lawrence, but like all you would have done. So let's just do this 1v1. Where's Kreuter? Okay. So he took Lawrence at 143. Yeah, I mean, we like this team a lot more if it has Urendo or Bigsby on it. Maybe he got sniped on Diami. Where did Diami Brown go on this one? Diami goes at 182, so we would have had to take him over Shipley. It's possible. You know what? That is a very small nitpick. I'm giving Kreuter an elite. I'm giving him an elite. Elite 3 QB team. Yeah, I didn't do any early BRs. I'll be doing those this afternoon. If you're new around here, if this is your first time watching the channel, probably not, because there's not very many people watching right now, but I would be happy to have any of you subscribe. And if you're watching on this beautiful July 4th morning, why don't you give a little like to the stream? How about just a little itty bitsy like? Takes like 2 seconds. Just say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show my appreciation. I'm not taking Parker Washington. I love A.D. Mitchell. I think A.D. Mitchell is a really good pick. Major League Baseball Battle Royales, Michigan. Not NFL. All right, Kreuter, that was good stuff. All right. We have another one from Bradley out of the 8-hole. CMC, AJ Brown, Devontae Adams. He pulled Kittle up to 41. Ridley, Jennings. Don't love taking B-Rob at 80 just because of positional stuff. Igbuka. He's got Purdy with Jennings and CMC. Rashid Shaheed, David Njoku. Trey Benson is running back 3. Stafford with Adams. Ward with Ridley. Ertz, Dowdle, Giddens, Lloyd. That's a delete, brother. And it's not a delete really because of anything you did. It's just sometimes it just doesn't happen. Sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes the team doesn't come together. The only real thing I have to say is that Jennings probably should have been like James Conner or Travion Henderson or DeAndre Swift or something. That's really it. Another team that really didn't need 3 quarterbacks. True. I mean, Ross, you just have to accept the woke mind virus that is the 3 quarterback strategy. Yeah, there are 2 new contests up on Underdog Fantasy. So shout out. Is the Pitbull full? The Pitbull fill because I did not do my last one. Okay, no, it's not. Shout out to me. Yeah, like all the teams we reviewed have been 3 quarterback ones. All right, Benjamin went down a deep rabbit hole last night. Michael Baby Gronk Meyer is the sleeper tight end this year. Show your work, Benjamin. Show your work. I'm waiting to see it. I would love to know why that is the case. Is he going to get traded? Is he going to be the slot wide receiver? What is happening? Who needs 3 quarterbacks when you can draft 2 quarterbacks on bye? Yeah, he would. Darren Waller and the $8 we spent on him in Dynasty. That's true. Artillery Frost and I, co-managers. Okay. Bradley, that was a delete. That was a Pitbull. Classic. A hyper-fragile poodle. I kind of hope that Mr. Poopy Butthole wins Best Ball Mania 6 so that Josh Norris has to say his name. A 3-4-8-3, huh? Patrick Mahomes, Cam Ward, Tyler Shuck, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Jacobs, Jaden Blue, Xavier Worthy, Calvin Ridley, Chris Olave, Jaden Reed, Rashid Shaheed, Marvin Mims, Hollywood Brown, Keenan Allen, Travis Kelce, Zach Ertz, and Juwan Johnson. I mean, it's a pretty good team. No shared buys amongst his 4 running backs. He got good value on Jaden Blue. I gotta say, it's pretty good. Yeah. It took a long time to get there, but I think he's got me because he's got Mahomes double with a bring back. He's got Shuck triple stacked. He's got Ward. No, because Keenan, aren't you going to, yes, a Mahomes triple. Aren't you going to feel way better about this team if Keenan Allen signs let's say Keenan Allen signs with, pick your team, the Bears, the Chargers, it doesn't matter. Keenan signs somewhere Then he immediately becomes like a 13th round pick, and you feel a lot better. And sure, you could do this. You could do, and so instead of let's see. So instead of Ridley, you take Chuba, and instead of Olave, you take. Well, no, yeah, if you just take Hubbard instead of Ridley, maybe you feel a little bit better about it. But honestly, no, that's an elite. That's an elite. That's a very good way to do a hyper-fragile team. That's how you do it. How you build a hyper-fragile team. And I mean, frankly, like the biggest part, I mean, no one ever wants to say this, but the biggest part of building these hyper-fragile teams, these weird positional limits, is the room has to give it to you. All right, Sky High, a BBM from 519. How many teams do we have left? Okay, there's a lot left. Kyler and Caleb, Tony Pollard, Jaden Blue, Rashad White, Ray Davis, Roshan Johnson, Marshawn Lloyd, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Moore with Caleb, J-Mo, Jordan Addison, Michael Wilson, Jalen Coker, Alec Iomanner, Trey McBride, and Colston Loveland. Wow. This man did go down a rabbit hole. Tossed in Brady being an owner. These running backs, it's so funny. You could tell people's proclivities towards zero or non-zero running back based on how they view this. I guess I just don't like the running backs as they were. Like, I don't like Roshan or Marshawn that much anymore. It's also really early on Jaden Blue, so kind of tough. I do like Tyreek. That one's a compete, not a delete. I'm giving that one. I'm giving that a compete. He's got some emojis here. Oh, he gave himself the emojis. He gave himself the goat emoji. Goat react by Sky High. Imagine giving yourself the goat emoji. All right. I'm giving him the delete for giving himself the goat emoji. This was a Pitbull right after the Waller news. Baker Mayfield, Drake May, Tua Tagovailoa. My boy went hyper fragile. Talk about fragile. McCaffrey and Henry, Joe Mixon, Ramondre Stevenson, Mike Evans. He took Waddle at 41, so he was really adjusting. Jerry Jeudy, Stephon Diggs, Michael Pittman Jr., Kyle Williams, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Just does not feel like enough wide receivers. Hunter Henry, Darren Waller, Mason Taylor, Theo Johnson. Dude, okay. We don't need 4 tight ends on half PPR. It's unnecessary. If Theo Johnson could have been Mac Hollins, Theo Johnson could have been Malik Washington. There's no need for it. No need for it. I like what you're doing. Yeah, it's also 3 quarterbacks. Didn't really need Baker on this team. Actually, May and Tua is probably fine. Can't do the 4 tight ends. I mean, I guess you can, but I'm not doing it. Draft like you're right, brother. You're not going to be able to cover all your bases. It's not, I mean, that's a delete. All right. This is Artillery Frost's first. Bobby, we did one of your teams, Bobby. I think it was the 2nd or the 3rd team. If you click the timestamp and go back, we did one of your teams. All right. My boy Artillery Frost. Mahomes and Cam Ward. Chuba Hubbard. Pacheco at 109. Tajay Spears at 132. Ray Davis, Eckler, Neal, and Lloyd. Nico, Rashi at 36. Oh, so he did it the turn. Rashi Worthy, Ridley, Diggs, Knoll, Lockett, Bowers, and Kelsey. Yes. Artillery Frost, coiner of the chaperone. This is elite. This is elite. So he's got Ridley and Ward, and he took Lockett. He got all that CLV with Rice, so I actually don't care that he doesn't have another wide receiver. Hubbard and Pacheco is enough to get across the line. Spears, honestly, is... Yeah, it's a Fabergé egg build. I like that. What does a draft like you're wrong look like? That's a great question. Honestly, drafting like you're wrong is 3 quarterbacks and 3 tight ends. That's definitely drafting like you're wrong. 136 elite Mahomes stack. Yeah, I'm giving this one Artillery Frost. I grant you elite. This is a really good team. Bowers and Kelsey just feel so fire. Doesn't that just feel so good? To me it does. To me it feels awesome. I might let's keep that one there. That one might get the gold star. All right, this was the $25 4 entry max from before the draft. This was the War Room. This is from Devin Sessler, Cess31 on Underdog. Purdy, Herbert, and Dart. Bijan, Judkins, Bigsby, Algier, Ray Davis. He's got the Harvey. Ladd with Herbert. T. Tet. Addison. Jennings with Purdy. Travis Hunter. So he's got the Harvey Hunter. A.D. Mitchell, huge CLB with Josh Palmer. Tucker Kraft, Juwan Johnson, and Elijah Arroyo. Well, this was pre-draft, so the rosters are 20 spots, so that's allowed. 3 quarterbacks allowed with these. I mean, this is clearly elite, right? He's got the mega CLV with Hunter, the mega CLV with Harvey. Really good running back room. Algier, Biggs, and Bijan, I don't love it, but I mean, this is clearly a win. Yeah, no dead picks. I think that's clearly a cook. I gotta go pee real quick. I'll be right back. Maybe by the time I get back, we'll have some new Membies and some more likes on the stream. Harvey only started going later after the combine. Before the combine, Harvey was free. Some of us knew that Harvey was a good player. Crumb, you should have been watching the Davis Matic YouTube channel in January and February. Yeah, this was in the War Room, Ty. So this was a $25 contest that had 4 entry max. Crumb was in the streets. Okay. Clearly elite here from Sess. All right, we've got one from Champ. This looks like an Android ass screenshot. Champ was here today with a super chat. Tom C. Hurts, Lawrence, and Ward. Slappy. Oh, this is such a slappy running back room. Henderson, Pollard, Warren, Spears, and Giddens. Neighbors, AJ Brown. McLaurin without Daniels. Classic. Hunter at 57. Mooney, Higgins, Besh, Diami, Dallas Goedert, Chigakonkwo. I mean, it's fine. I don't think weirdly, I guess you just can't like not take Lawrence at that price. So I think Ward is probably better as a tight end. It's fine. Lot of weight on Chigakonkwo's shoulders. All right, now we've got Tom brave enough to do a 2-quarterback team. Jalen Hurts, Aaron Rodgers, Christian McCaffrey, Joe Mixon, Tony Pollard, Tajay Spears, Jaden Blue. A lot of McCaffrey drafters are taking Joe Mixon. AJ Brown with Hurts, Garrett Wilson, Zay Flowers, Darnell Mooney, Trey Harris, Josh Palmer, Demario Douglas, Roman Wilson, Mark Andrews, Dallas Goedert, Juwan Johnson. I do like this one better. The running backs are fine. I guess I'm not understanding how it just feels like this team should have. I guess your elite pick. So I hate. This is the one. This is the one. Okay, so this is the one that I did with Nick Zylak from Fantasy Football Advice. So C-Dog here at 67 goes Lamar, Allen, Daniels, and Burrow. My boy Champ took Hurts at 40. So he really saved himself some heartache here. Okay, I'm remembering this now. Yeah, we kept getting killed at quarterback. We had to take Darnold at 157 and Dart at 180. Champ, I think in the context of the room, I think you did a great job. I think in the context of the room, this one is elite. But in general, what do you do when a Gilbert Arenas goes in your room? I mean, I suppose this is probably the right way to do it. You take an elite quarterback before he has a chance to, and then you don't overdraft Sam Darnold, Michael Penix, Dak at 102, May at 100. That's probably the wrong way to do it. Yeah, given the circumstances, I'm giving you delete on the first one, elite on the second. All right, Bucky Stan. Yes, the Superflex drafters are drafting scared as hell. Yeah, they are. All right, Bucky Stan 32, aka Terminator 32. Lamar and Stroud. What would that quarterback room have costed you last year? Remember 5th round CJ Stroud? Lamar Jackson, CJ Stroud, Travion Henderson, Aaron Jones, DeAndre Swift, Tyler Algier. That is a rough running back room, Mr. Bucky Stan. Wow, there we go. This is fine. Gifted 5 memberships. What a guy. What a man. A gentleman. A scholar. Keeping the channel, the Discord, all of it running. Appreciate you, brother. Pulling out for life. with an Air Bud avatar. You never know who you're going to find on YouTube the morning of Friday, July 4th. You never know. I'm worried about Bucky Stan 32's running backs. I am worried about them. Although he did get DeAndre Swift late. Purple Yosh. Infinite Yosh, people are saying. Buddy, don't I know it. All right, Lamar, Stroud, Travion Henderson, Aaron Jones, DeAndre Swift, Tyler Algier, Estime, and Ollie Gordon. Puka Nacua, Nico Collins. Puka at 12 is sick. Rashee Rice at 36. Debo without McLaurin. Bateman with Lamar. Tolbert. Ooh. Alec Iomanner. Loveland, Likely, Freiermuth. Fuck coolers. Thank you, brother. Yeah, pour one out for our Roderick Estimate teams. Man, this one is such this is actually a really interesting one from Mr. Bucky Stan 32, because like it's such an illustration of the gift and the curse of drafting early. That's Dan Campbell as a dog. Beautiful. Yes, everyone who just got gifted a membership, link your YouTube and Discord accounts and you will be added in to the Discord and you can submit some teams. So he did get the huge value, relatively speaking, on Puka. Huge value, relatively speaking, to where he goes now on Rashee Rice. Negative CLV on Debo. Weird pick on Bateman here. He did the smart thing by getting Likely, but he got, Freiermuth is a 0 now. Tolbert's basically a 0 now. Dan Campbell as a dog. Incredible. Pulling out for life with Dan Campbell as a golden retriever. You're telling me that doesn't look like Air Bud, bro? You telling me that doesn't look like Air Bud? You're tripping. I want to give this team elite. I do, but it's too many zeros. Okay, this is a really funny one. Oh, I forgot to delete that one. Forgot to delete the last two. Delete. Okay. This is Chris the Candyman. He fell asleep during his corgi. Forgot to set positional limits. And only has one tight end. Fields and Rodgers, A-Chain, Harvey, Pollard, Aaron Jones, Byshell Tootin, Jaden Blue, Austin Eckler, Rico Dowdle. 8 running backs. St. Brown, Adams, Evans, George Pickens, Jaden Higgins, Jack Besh, Jalen Coker, Juwan Johnson. Honestly, dude, if Rico Dowdle or Eckler was like any tight end, honestly would have been fine. Yes, but it's not going to be fun if everyone submits their absolute nutted teams. Sometimes you got to submit your teams that suck. Truly, what if Juwan Johnson is the leading receiver for the New Orleans Saints? Imagine my dude, doesn't it? Isn't it pretty good? Look at these running backs. Golden retrievers are goated. They are. Oh, we can absolutely, if you ever took Josh Wiley on a team, I need it. I would love this contest. Should Underdog have a contest that only auto drafts and no queues and it tests the auto ranks? I would love that contest. I would be 100% all in for a contest that was structured that way. You know what? That is the best auto drafted team. If you had set positional limits, you'd be smashing. The best auto drafted team I've ever seen. How much would I've drafted worse teams than that when I was awake. He must just have really good rank. I guess maybe he has good rankings in. I don't know. Very, very funny. All right. Baxter. My boy Baxter Dowell. White mode. My eyes. Kyler Murray. Tua Tagovailoa. Aaron Rodgers. Saquon Barkley. Jonathan Taylor. James Cook. Tank Bigsby. Tyler Algier. Blake Corum. Marvin Harrison, DK Metcalf, Deebo Samuel, Khalil Shakir, Jack Bash, Jalen Noel, Tyler Lockett. A little worried about your wide receivers, Baxter. Man, it is so hard to come back from the Barkley JT start. Kelsey and Jonnu. Delete. I honestly think he does. Who Hames? I didn't want to say it, but I think he was using my rankings, and I think that's why it looks so good to me. A mournful delete. It was sad to do it. 2 flashbacks within an hour. I'm disoriented. All right, this one is a delete. You just can't take Cook here. Wow, shit, maybe you do. Maybe you do take James Cook just because of the value. I guess. Incidental, John. This will be a compete. This will be a compete. I'm not going to give him a delete because of the James Cook ADP value. Obviously, I just don't like Deebo. I don't love Shakir, but it's fine. That one's a compete. StreamYard is telling me there are studio instability issues. The latest version of some browsers seem to have introduced a conflict that is causing studio instabilities when using virtual backgrounds. Oh, I don't have that, so we're fine. Yeah, Metcalf, Deebo, and Shakir is tough. That's tough. That's a lot of zeros. Josh Allen. All right, I like this. He's going Josh Allen, Anthony Richardson. It's true. You know what? I do need to give an award for the worst team submitted. That's true. I do. Now, a fair point from DeWallian, which is that if Deebo is kind of the guy to target because he is probably a 0, but what if he's not a 0? This is a great question. How to use my Prime on Twitch. Here you go. There's an FAQ for all of you if you want to go over to twitch.tv/DavisMattic. Josh Allen, Anthony Richardson, Derrick Henry, James Cook ahead of ADP. Don't love that as much. Tank Bigsby, Blake Corum, Rico Dowdle. Took Kareem Hunt when he didn't have an ADP. Nico Collins, Rome Odunze, Chris Godwin, George Pickens, Jaden Reed, Hollywood Brown, Keon Coleman at 135, Tyler Warren, David Njoku, Taysom Hill. Crazy team, Baxter. And I think this is clearly an elite. Josh Allen, Anthony Richardson. I really hate the James Cook pick, but other than that, this is a smash. He's not even far behind at wide receiver because he got George Pickens at 82. He got Jaden Reed at 87. He must have drafted this one really early. Yeah, that's an elite. That's an elite, Baxter. Cole to Shrill in a Hound Dog. Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, Bijan Robinson, James Cook, Brian Robinson. He got Burrow at 70. Braylon Allen, Justice Hill. T. Higgins with Burrow. Harrison, so he got the bring back. And he's got the double quarterback. Metcalf at 51. Jaden Reed, Marvin Mims, Josh Palmer, Wan'Dale Robinson, Diami Brown, Tyler Warren, Jake Ferguson, Tyler Conklin. He said, should I have taken a third quarterback instead of Conklin or Diami? I probably say third quarterback is better. Like, what are you hoping for out of Tyler Conklin? Truly. What is Tyler Conklin gonna do? The Joey Chestnut over under right down to the wire. Are people watching? I guess people are watching the eating. So he got Burrow at 70. Yeah, I mean this is a good team. It is. Braylon's nice. This is all that's just a very good fantasy team. That's an elite for you, Cole 2 Shrill. Elite Burrow team, which is kind of hard to do, right? Kind of hard to do an elite Burrow. I you know what I would have done is I would have tried to get Gesicki on that one. Sure, Jared. We'll do the two teams you just dropped. Lamar and Dak, Chase Brown, DeAndre Swift, Brian Robinson Jr., Isaiah Pacheco, Ray Davis, Dobbins at 178. Neighbors, AJ Brown, Olave, Judy, Ayuk, Douglas, Turpin, Jake Ferguson, Brenton Strange, Pat Freiermuth. Delete. What? So you took Jake Ferguson over Likely. Douglas doesn't add anything. Turpin doesn't add anything. How are your stacks hitting, brother? I don't love these are just like no Pickens, no Lamb, no Blue. It's just like uncorrelated. Whatever. Okay, we have got Fields and Tua, Bijan Robinson, Caleb Johnson, DeAndre Swift, Isaiah Pacheco, and Nick Chubb. Nice CLV there on Pacheco and Chubb. Reek and Tua, Fields and Wilson. This is much more like it. Jamo, Sutton, Myers, reverse CLV on Keenan, Demario Douglas, Ty Felton. Yeah, I had to have been, there you go, before the Pickens trade. Isaiah Likely, Dalton Kincaid, and Mason Taylor. All right, well, you're definitely capping yourself with Kincaid, but no, this is fire. That's a good team. That's an elite. One delete, one elite for you, Jared. One elite, one delete. Okay, let me get back up where I lost my place. I just did these for Mr. Cole 2 Shrill. Michael Stockton versus Fantasy Flock. We might later, Christian. Probably, if anything, we're gonna do it on the Swolecast members only. This is our elite or delete stream. This one is honestly mostly for YouTube membies. Goff, Stroud, Lawrence, Hampton, Montgomery, Caleb Johnson, Will Shipley, Jarquez Hunter, Raheem Mostert, Jefferson, T. Higgins, Marvin Harrison, Jamison Williams, Jaden Higgins, Rashid Shaheed, De'Ami Brown, David Njoku, Brenton Strange. So he's got Higgins and Stroud, Goff, He's got that game giga stacked. I'm deleting all of them when I'm done, Mr. Frost. All the teams when I'm done. Because otherwise it'll get too confusing. That's an elite. That's an elite, Michael. Stroud, Bryce, Tua, Henry, Brees, Hubbard, Mixon, Puka. This has to be a super. It's not a super flex. Puka, McLaurin. Oh, I am worried about your wide receivers. Higgins, Stroud, Kirk, Leggett, Wandale, Knoll, Malik Washington, TJ Hawkinson, Darren Waller. Oh, shit. Yeah, it is a gold star candidate. I forgot Artillery Frost. Shit. That's my B. This one's a compete. This one's not as good. The other one was really good. They're both really good though. I think Michael, you are a talented drafter. Those are two good teams. All right, we've got a if you repost it. GZ, my boy G Warsh. G Warsh, one of the only members of the YouTube channel who's personally knows the Kelseys. Oh, Joey, this screenshot, brother. This is so boomerific of you. This is about as bad as taking a picture of your computer. CD, Bowers, Brown, Tet, Pickens, Waddle, Myers, Warren, Dak, Sharbs, Tootin, Rashad White, Geno Smith. I can't follow this. Joey, this is a good team, but I literally, brother, I can see your Safari bar on this. I'm giving you a delete for making my brain work too hard. That's a delete. I'm not mad at you. A photo of a spiral page notebook. All right, this was a BBM that Michael drafted versus me. Mahomes and Stroud, Gibbs, Harvey, Warren. You guys love Jalen Warren today. Rashad White, Roschon Johnson, Brashard Smith. All right, you're just elite. You have Brashard Smith, Rashi, and Worthy. Easy win. Kirk and Stroud, I don't love. Pitts, Schultz, Noah Gray, back to delete. I don't know why, Joey, but that was really funny to me. Submit it. Just take a regular screenshot. Go get it. You could find that team again. Just go take a regular screenshot of it. There has to be a better way. Man, I wanted to give Michael an elite here, but Pitts, Schultz, and Gray might be the worst tight end room I've ever seen. No need for Noah Gray here. Yes, send it. Honestly, easier viewing. Easier viewing as a picture of your monitor. All right. I can't ever see Dalton Schultz and Noah Gray tight end team room again. All right, Kevin. He better be slapping for. Wow, Kevin with a Derrick Henry team. Lamar, Stroud, Richardson, Henry, Kamara, Henderson, Tank Bigsby, Jalen Wright, Nico Collins, Mike Evans, my boy Golden, Emeka Egbuka. Back-to-back teams with Christian Kirk, Jalen McMillan, Jalen Knoll, A.D. Mitchell, Mark Andrews, Colston Loveland. I don't think Richardson needed to be here. I'd probably rather have a third tight end than a third quarterback on here, but this is a compete. That's a compete, Kevin. Where did Flowers go? That's it. You know what, Kevin? You did good. I'm not gonna save that one. Honestly, yeah, Kevin teams, I never know exactly where he's gonna end up or where he's gonna go, but I'm always glad to see them. Kyler Murray, Justin Fields, Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe. What contest is this in? Oh, it's a big board team. Okay. That's fair. Murray, Fields, Milroe, Chase Brown, Travion Henderson, DJ Giddens, RJ Harvey, Braylon Allen, Jaden Blue, Lan Larison, elite. Brian Thomas Jr., Marvin Harrison, Ricky Pearsall, Emeka Egbuka, Rashid Shaheed, Jalen Knoll, Savion Williams, Rondale Moore, Trey McBride, and Harold Fannin. I don't care. You took Lan Larison. Elite. Easy way to get an elite grade. Take Lan Larison. Absolute shout out to you. Where Frankie Dash, I think you're over on Twitch. Shout out to you, man. Lan Larison. All right, here we go. Nick has been here. Joey, screenshot your team this way. This is much easier for my brain to follow than looking at the solver screenshot with your Safari bar in it. Oh, that was my team from the final big board. Oh, that is so funny. Lan Larison, the final pick, the Slapapalooza. And boy, Harold Fannin was there. Jalen Milroe was there. Savion Williams was there. All right, here we go. Let me do, I will do Nick's team, then I will go do yours. Jaden Daniels, Bucky Irving, Chase Brown, Justin Jefferson, Deebo Samuel, Jordan Addison, George Kittle, Ricky Pearsall, Purdy, Mason, McCarthy. So far, the only player who is not from the Vikings, the Commanders, or the 49ers is Bucky Irving. He continues it with Pittman Jr., Jaden Blue, Austin Eckler, Mike Gesicki, Will Shipley, De'Ami Brown, Keenan Allen, A.D. Mitchell, and Brashard Smith. Nick, well done. Well, absolutely well done. You committed to the bit. The bye weeks are different, so honestly, like you're not even close to dead. I bet that team is actually really good. Those are a bunch of my favorite offenses as well. Yeah, that is basically just if you hit those three teams on the nuts. Okay. Looks like I have some DMs from my Dynasty League co-managers to check. Beautiful stuff. Okay. Here we go. Joey. All right, Joey. A 3-6-8-3, the classic DraftKings structure. Dak Prescott as your quarterback. Chase Brown, Jalen Warren, Dak and CeeDee. Tet Pickens got the double stack. Bowers with Chase Brown as your running back 1 and CeeDee Lamb as your wide receiver 1. Sick. Waddle, Jacoby Myers, Zach Charbonnet, Byshell Tootin, Rashad White, Sharbs, Geno, Jake Ferguson, J.K. Dobbins, Josh Palmer, Bryant, Dart, and Slayton, Taysom Hill. Elite. That is a really good team. Imagine, Joey, if you would have submitted that correctly first. Beautiful. Just finished maxing the Superflex puppy. What better way to celebrate America? There really isn't one. I can't think of one. Honestly, every time I have a team that is a compete, I look at most of my teams and I go, ass. You can't go 7 running backs when the allure of Taysom Hill is there, Murray. You can't go 2 tight ends when I sometimes feel the green goblin mask of Taysom Hill looking at me as well. Bang. All right. I got to go find my spot. I might have to start speed running these because I do have another stream to do today. All right, this is my boy Jake Vinegar. This is a pre-schedule puppy. Lamar and Richardson, Gibbs, Henry, Jacobs, Jaden Blue, Metcalf, wide receiver 1, Judy, Jaden Reed, Josh Downs. Okay, he kind of made up for it. Bateman, Knoll, Tillman, Wilson, Mark Andrews, Mason Taylor, and Juwan Johnson. Man, I guess he got Metcalf at 54. If you could make Judy a guy I liked, I would give this an elite, but I just don't like Jerry Judy. I get what you're doing here, but I'm not giving it to you. I'm giving you a compete, Jake. I'm giving you a compete. A spiteful compete just because I don't like Jerry Judy. Unfair. All right, Michael, I'm going quick because you submitted like a million teams. This is your 4th team. We're going quick. Mayfield and Purdy, McCaffrey, Hubbard, Pacheco, Dobbins, Jalen Wright, Braylon Allen, AJ Brown, Devontae Adams, J-Mo, Jennings, Emeka Egbuka, Josh Palmer, Jalen McMillan, David Njoku, Jatavian Sanders, Elijah Arroyo. Honestly, it's a really good team. Let's just keep it real, dude. Super good. You got the Mayfield double. You have the Purdy double. Your running backs project really well. You got some CLV. It's a good team. That's elite. So there you go. There's your elite. It's really good. What are we looking at here? This is from Quinn. We got one from Quinn. Lamar and May, a team you couldn't have done last year. Remember how annoying it was? They both had the week 14 buys. Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry, another pretty common pairing today. Rico Dowdle. This is how if you're gonna do the old running backs, this is how you got to do it. Austin Eckler, Dylan Sampson, Brashard Smith, Flowers with Lamar, Jennings, Golden, Pearsall, Egbuka, Kyle Williams with May, Jalen Tolbert at 206, Kittle and Andrews. Yeah, for some reason I do remember last year's buys. I honestly don't even really know why that is. I mean, yeah, Quinn, that's really good. That is an elite Lamar build. Elite Lamar build. Bada bing, bada boom. Wow, Brady. Happy 4th of July to you, Brady. Patrick Mahomes and Justin Fields, one of my favorite combinatorial pairings. McCaffrey and Taylor. I'm worried about the wide receivers. We'll see. Jonathan Taylor, Ramondre Stevenson, Tank Bigsby, Will Shipley, DJ Giddens, Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison, Michael Pittman Jr., Jack Bash. God, anyone but DeAndre Hopkins was so ready to give you an elite. And then you took DeAndre Hopkins. Kelsey. Oh, and he took Kincaid. Oh. Yeah, Taylor at 31 is really nice. Yeah, make sure your YouTube accounts are linked so you can get these gifteds. Here you go, Lutz. This one's for you.
The Davis Maddock YouTube channel is made possible by viewers like you. Every subscriber, memby, and super chat goes to ensuring Davis doesn't have to work at State Farm. Thank you.
Wow, Brady. A big day in your life, brother. That's crazy, man. July 4th due date is also crazy. I don't remember the Raiders bye. I'll be thinking of you, brother. I'll be thinking of you. Honestly, just really no reason for Brenton Strange to be on this team. Would have just made him another wide receiver. But yeah, I mean, look, dude, you submit the Mahomes double, the Mahomes triple. I'm giving you an elite. So there you go, Quinn. There is your elite. Our first one's due date was Halloween. Incredible. All right, this was Purple Yoshi's sleep team. All right. He starts out, he takes Gibbs. Then he falls asleep to A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams, DJ Moore. So maybe if he wakes up here, he could have saved it. But he stays asleep. He gets Jalen Hurts. Then he gets Joe Burrow. Then he gets Sam Laporta. Then it goes Brandon Ayuk. Then he gets, oh, this is crazy, Mayfield and Caleb. The two running back team. Oh, Yosh, brother. Yosh, I'm a little worried about your running backs, Yosh. Now, on the other hand, your tight end room can probably play quite the scramble, right? Don't you think? Your tight end room, those are some good golfers right there. I love the idea of Jahmyr Gibbs and Justice Hill being the running back room. No, I get it. It's so tilting to auto draft. It's so tilting. All right, single entry Corgi team from Tim, a 2-4-9-3. May and Herbert, McCaffrey and Genty is fire. Brees and Hampton. All right, let's see if he can save his wide receivers. Ridley, Rome, Diggs with May, Ayuk, Trey Harris, Jalen McMillan, Pat Bryant, Jalen Knoll, Elijah Moore, Tyler Warren, Hunter Henry, Mason Taylor. Honestly, fire, Tim. That is a sicko mode. Don't you guys think that one is gnarly? Yeah. I think this is here, let me I'm gonna pin that. That is the current, because he just did it exactly right. He's behind at wide receiver, so you just totally embrace variance. You say, if Diggs is him, awesome. If Ayuk is healthy, awesome. If Trey Harris starts, awesome. You draft like you're right. This is a total shipper. That's how it's done. That's how you do the hyper fragile builds. Really good. Let me give him a Roger. I'm not going to delete that one. Din Man with a Greyhound. Yeah, that's a shipper, brother. You did great. That's what happens when you can reject. Doesn't have 3 quarterbacks. Illegal. First time tuning into this. Awesome service for the members. Great teaching tool. A very unique, a very, very saturated slappy streamer market out there, Bandy. They're everywhere. Brock Purdy, CJ Stroud, Tyler Shuck, Genty, Brees Hall, Joe Mixon, Tank Bigsby, Jalen Wright, Neighbors, DJ Moore, Juwan Jennings, Matt Golden, Emeka Egbuka, Rashid Shaheed, Pat Bryant, David Njoku, Dalton Schultz, Theo Johnson. Man, I would like this team a lot better if it was Theo instead of Juwan. But other than that, I mean, Neighbors, Moore, Jennings, Golden, smash. Got Golden after ADP too. For this was in the Greyhound. That was really good. Don't think it's a pin worthy, but that's elite. Denman. That's an elite Greyhound. All right, we got Lutz, my boy, Kyler Murray, Brock Purdy, Anthony Richardson. I like that you guys are keeping the faith with Richardson. Something in the water. 3 straight entries with Genty and Brees. Genty, Brees, Najee. Perfect type of team to put Najee on, actually. Tajay Spears and J.K. Dobbins. Drake London. Marv with Kyler. Metcalf. Jennings with Purdy. Golden. Palmer. Wilson. Kraft. Taylor. Honestly, only real criticism I have on this team is I would have liked to have seen... I think I would have liked to have seen, like AD Mitchell or Alec Pierce or Tyler Warren or something. But yeah, I'm given exactly. Yeah, AD over Sanders. You already know, Lutz. You already know. But that one was really good. Who else was in here? You said legends. It was FF Dan, there we go. Sacrilegious. Yep, there we go. Bang. Dewalian. Oh, here we go. I think this is our first drafters team. So if you're unfamiliar with drafters, this is marathon scoring. So this is meaning that it's just cumulative scoring over the course of 17 weeks. Kyler, Rogers, Shuck. Some nice CLV on the quarterbacks there. Hampton, Montgomery, Ramondre, Benson, Giddens, and Miles Sanders at pick 216. You love to see it. Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, DK Metcalf, Jordan Addison, Jaden Higgins, Rashid Shaheed. Wow, Besh. Nice price on Wilson. McBride, Loveland, Conklin. Yeah, somehow everyone loves Jatavian Sanders around here. I mean, I like him too. Dewalian. This is just a nice little example of CLV. This is a good team. I don't know about elite because it has Tyler Conklin on it, but other than that, it's quite good. I'll give you a compete there, Dewalian. All right, here we go. Who Hames, not Who James. The single quarterback. Was this the one where you fell asleep? Jaden Daniels, RJ Harvey, B-Rob, Jalen Warren, Ramondre, Tootin, Guerrendo, Hunter, Sampson, Taj Brooks, CD, McLaurin, Worthy, Addison, Olave, Njoku, Ertz, Cade Otton. Oh, actually, you know what? No, actually, for a weekly winners team, this is kind of fresh. Weekly winners. No, I actually dig this, bro. I actually dig it. You sacrifice like 1 week of EV, give yourself a lot of bullets. You have the stack. I like it. I deem this. I don't know that much about weekly winners, but I deem this strong. All right, we got one from Charlie, noted third place Best Ball Mania finisher. Jalen Hurts and Michael Penix, Travion Henderson, Zach Charbonnet, Tajay Spears, Rashad White, Tank Bigsby, Isaac Guerrendo, J.K. Dobbins, and Dylan Sampson. Very funny Eliminator running back room. Very, very funny Eliminator running back room. St. Brown, Drake London, Devontae Adams, Devonta Smith, Matthew Golden, Darnell Mooney, Hunter Henry, Dalton Schultz. That's a cromulent, honestly, for the Eliminator, totally cromulent. It's just very funny to stack up those running backs. Like, all slappy 0 RB favorites. I'm giving that one a compete. When I drafted that, I posted on X asking for advice. All right, we have a... All right, this one is for Neil and for Tyler. This was a multi-tabled mini schnauzer from last year. Neil called me out on Twitter for the brutal snipe on Tyler on Kyler Murray. Didn't know it until Tyler pinged me in a Discord randomly. Oh, that is brutal. Look at that. McBride and Marv. just slapping him in the face. Tough scenes. I drafted Jelani Woods and Josh Wild and somehow didn't get last in my pod. What a time. Tyler Boyd, Will Levis, Jaleel. The more things change, the more they stay the same, huh, boys? All right. Couple more here. All right. Kept keeping that one. Only doing the Eliminator this year because of state restrictions. Interesting, B. Sandy. All right. An Eliminator team with Brock Purdy, J.J. McCarthy, and Russell Wilson, Christian McCaffrey, James Conner, Jordan Mason, Austin Eckler, and Justice Hill. It's a pretty strong Eliminator running back room. Nico, JSN, Adams, Jennings. That's really strong wide receivers. Jennings, Pickens. Oh, he got this before the trade. Higgins, Douglas, Hawk, Likely, Taylor. B. Sandy, that's a really good Eliminator right there. Really strong Eliminator. Now here's his lowest projected. Lamar, McCarthy, Daniel Jones, rather. A-Chain, Connor, Scadaboo, Eckler, Eckler and Lloyd. Neighbors, Moore, Devonta, Shakir, Bateman, Tillman, Keenan, A.D. Mitchell, Hawkinson, and Likely. It's not that bad. That's not that bad at all. All right, we already did that one. This is Frankie's team from the Slapapalooza draft. Happy 4th to you, sir. What if the Saints go full comical tank after the quarterbacks fail and they roll out Taysom, quarterback for the playoff weeks? Honestly, the only issue with that is that Taysom is just like literally not healthy. If Taysom was healthy, I would have like 100% of him. Truly. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I kind of like the lower projected one better. Just goes to show you. All right, this was from the Slapapalooza draft we did at the end. Hurts and McCarthy, JT, Caleb Johnson, Jordan Mason, Cam Scadaboo, Devin Neal, Will Shipley, Jarquez Hunter. You did go real slappy, Frankie Dash. Justin Jefferson, JSN, Jordan Addison, Luther Burden, Dontavian Wicks, Kyle Williams, Torrey Horton, Elijah Badger. You were not kidding about going full slappy. Colston Loveland, Mason Taylor, and Aronde Gadsden. Zero complaints. That is a 10 out of 10 slap. I award you 10 full slaps, Frankie. Good man. Drafted this before the Jonnu trade. May, Tua, Rodgers, Barkley, Bucky, Chase Brown, Kareem Hunt, Blake Corum, DK Metcalf, Calvin Ridley. It's a lot of running backs, brother. Judy, Diggs, Keon, Leggett, Pat Bryant, Jonnu, Njoku, Freiermuth. Well, I'll tell you this. Brady did us a favor because we did need a team to laugh at. And backdooring a Jonnu, Freiermuth, Metcalf triple stack is very funny. So shout out to Brady. Very funny. All right, a Greyhound Bullet from Brady. Daniels and May. A-Chain, Mixon, Tracy, Ramondre Lloyd. Perfectly cromulent running back room. He's got the week 17 correlation with Daniels, CD, McLaurin, Pearsall, Diggs, Dubs, Pat Bryant, Demario Douglas, Calvin Austin, Tyler Lockett, Travis Kelce, Jake Ferguson. I just don't like if Ramondre was Jaden Blue or just a non-Patriot. I don't love Ramondre. I just don't love Ramondre with May. I mean, I think it's fine, but I just don't love it. That is a good Greyhound team, though. personal preference on Ramondre, but I'm giving that one an elite, Brady. So shout out to you. We've got an E-Coxer Greyhound. Greyhound's good stuff. Mayfield and Nix. Kind of a Spider-Man pointing meme situation there. 4 running backs, okay? Gibbs and Henry. Huge ADP value on Henry. I would even take him there. Chase Brown, Rashad White. So he just did not look a gift horse in the mouth. Happy America Day to you, Justin. Jamo, Waddle, Godwin. God, I wish that was anyone but Shakir. Wish that was even Ayuk, really. Or Igbuka, really. Higgins, Leggett, Bryant, Tesla, Felton, Loveland, Ertz, Cade Otton. I feel like he kind of lost the plot here. I was so with him on these, but the wide receivers are kind of middling. That might just be personal preference, though. I think a fair grade would give E-Coxer an elite here. I think a fair grade would give him an elite. All right. Cutting off submissions here. You know what? You're right. Chase Brown in the flex. He deserves an elite. Last one from Brady. Justin Herbert, CJ Stroud, and Cam Ward. Hampton with Herbert. Walker, B-Rob, Scattaboo, Gurendo. Like your running backs. Nico and Stroud. Ladd and Herbert. Tet, Jennings, Reed. Man, if Calvin Austin was Chimere Dike or Alec Iomanner, Turpin for, Brady must be a Buck fan. Janu at 111, Kate Otten and Chig. I'm giving, that's a delete, brother. No, it's a compete because the stacks are so good, but it's going to be really tough to like those tight ends stink, brother. Tight ends are rough. Yeah, no, you're right, Brady. The Bucks are fine late in the season. All right, we've got a Dr. 1. The professor wants to redeem himself. A 3-6-7-2. Jared Goff, CJ Stroud, JJ McCarthy, Chuba Hubbard, Tony Pollard, Tyler Algier, DJ Giddens, Roshan Johnson, Jerome Ford, Neighbors and Nico. So he's got Nico with Stroud, Jamo with Goff, Rashee Rice, nice price on Rice, Addison with McCarthy, Marvin Mims, Jalen McMillan, TJ Hawkinson, Juwan Johnson. Clearly elite. Jerome Ford should be literally anyone else. But you got a great game stack. You have just enough points at running back to get you there. And then, honestly, 3 elite handcuffs. Super, yeah, you took advantage of the Roshan fall. You got the Rashee Rice ADP value. Elite team. Very, very good. You redeemed yourself, brother. You redeemed yourself. All right, a reminder. You guys can be submitting whatever type of teams you want. FFPC, your league with your buddies, NFFC, whatever you want. So this is a big gorilla. So this is a $350 entry over on the FFPC. He goes St. Brown McCaffrey, love it. Kittle at 310, love it. Lamar, bang. Would not have taken Travion and Caleb Johnson here. You're pretty far behind at wide receiver. Ridley, Kupp, Hunter, Golden. Okay, he's getting back. He's selling me again. Hey, David, you redeemed yourself. You did a great job, brother, and I'm proud of you for redeeming yourself. So he goes consecutively: Ridley, Kupp, Hunter, Golden, Keon, Bigsby, Trey Harris. Really no need for Purdy, but I get it. Isaiah Bond, that's very funny. Jake Bates, Jalen Coker, Mason Taylor at 19. Okay. Bang, bang. Mr. OX Nelly, you did a good job. That's elite. I mean, it's so easy to draft good teams over on the FFPC. Let's see, here we go. Mr. Nova gonna give us. He said, "Don't look after round 10." Puka, AJ Brown, Kittle, G. Wilson, Hampton, Caleb Johnson, Tyler Warren. That's a nice price on Tyler Warren. Jennings is the wide receiver 39. Bang. Purdy, Goddard, Devin Neal, Bryce Young, Blake Corum, Cameron Ward, Isaiah Bond, Braylon Allen, Jordan Whittington, Damian Martinez, Kendre Miller, and Troy Franklin. I think there's no better way to end the stream than with mentioning Kendre Miller and Troy Franklin. All right, boys, that is going to do it for me today. That was another edition of Elite or Delete. Ty just became a member. Joey gifted a member. We can do as many teams as you want, Miles, but I'm out of here. I'll be back with all you guys in 90 minutes over on the Swolecast channel. Members only there today. I actually have some other work I have to get done before the weekend. Reminder, if you're watching this on replay, just become a member. YouTube, Twitch, Patreon, wherever you want. You can submit your team, and you will be a part of this next week. Same time, same place. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel.